I actually finally found a working system to get the music to work. Every other single time I've tried this out, it's always been like I go to YouTube, I do the thing, and then I finally like went, okay, I want to get an MP3 player. I got the MP3 player working, and it was all there, and then it was broken. So I freaked out a bit, and for some reason I got really pent up about it for some reason. Like, yikes, that was, oh boy. But yeah. And so I'm going like, I should probably transfer all of it from the MP3 player to the 3DS, to my 3DS, because the 3DS like has its own little built-in music player type thing that I could use, and like I put it all there, and I'm so happy that I actually got the file and stuff. Just had to like get some stuff off there, and to be honest, it's on OneDrive. And to be honest, I want to get that onto the internet and off my computer, so it's not on my computer, it's on the internet, on the cloud, which is probably not the smartest idea, but it's the best idea I got to free up space. Because that's what happened last time. Because last time we were working on getting Sporticus colored, and I showed off the process I usually have, and then I decided to show off this. And I messed up so badly that the next day I went through and deleted most of the Blender frame renders I had, since technically I should be able to go back and re-render all the images that make up every single frame of all those animations. In fact, I could probably still be doing it right now. Like, I probably should still be doing it right now, is going through there. Either way, Dad showed me everything. So, yeah, like I mentioned last time, we did all this stuff over here. Actually, on another note, the music selection I have right now is more or less stuff I have on my computer, or had on my computer, or stuff I did. Like, I had this series of MIDI files called Roland Revamps because I was doing all this stuff with the Roland MT32. Probably heard some of them use Paintball or something, depending. I wasn't looking. But yeah, I gotta get the We Are #1 MIDI in there. But it's like, I can't put the We Are #1 MIDI in there because it's just, I just can't do it. Alright. If I can make a folder, that'd probably be the best thing. We're going to be doing coloring for most of the body now, so body color. You don't have body odor, you have body color. What the frick am I thinking? I don't know. Same as the first, a wee bit worse. Same as the first, a wee bit worse. We're gonna like, yeah, I should probably bring in the legs again, but we're gonna be going through each frame and coloring in Sporticus. So we're gonna be create a blank frame. Not pin. Gonna bring in. Here we are. This. I think I kind of want to get most of the arms done first. I think the best thing that came out of, I think the best thing that's come out of the best thing that's come out of just doing this is just like, yep. This is just gonna be fun. Other news. Why the frick are you doing this to me? that's your problem. Okay, what happens if I color it in, like, right there? There's gotta be an option somewhere. 'Cause it shouldn't be doing that. I wasn't doing that last time. Either way. Just gonna roll with it. Means I'm gonna need to sit down and, like, color in all this such over here, but... just gonna roll with it. So I just saw ID4 recently. That was a fun one. It was an interesting one. I want to do all the arms first, because that'll allow me to do this. It was an interesting film. We got like a lot of people that we actually recognized in there. That was the fun part, was just going like, hey, I know that we actually, like, it actually had a bunch of actors that we actually knew. Like, we actually knew who Will Smith was. We actually knew who some of these characters were. And it's just like, not some of these characters, but some of these... themes, Cryptic Dark, Active for Frick. Okay, the fill tool's being touchy. Why the crud are you being touchy? I think I might roll with doing that instead this time. By the way, what happened after ID4 is I took a look at Movie Bob's Really That Good, which is a pretty good series, though I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. It has mild language in it, so I wouldn't necessarily recommend it, though it is pretty good. I enjoy watching that whole series. Why is it doing this to me? Is it okay if I say I have no clue what I'm doing? Because I have no clue how some of this program works. It should be just like, technically, like, bump up the size of the pen and just... I might just do that, because it's just like, why isn't the paint bucket working? It should be working, but it ain't working the way I want it to work. Such as computers. such as how computers work and generally are. So I started watching more of the other bits and odds and ends of like that whole web series, which I just kind of enjoy. Really that good. It's a kind of sort of film analysis type thing. It's like it does put a big old disclaimer at the beginning saying this. Now be warned that this is my opinion, so. So it's Movie Bob, which I remember I first encountered that series. I think it was like some influencer, big ol' internet influencer, just kind of said, "Yeah, man, you should watch this. It's pretty good." So I watched it, and it's just like, I remember first time watching it, and I just sat down and go like, "Holy nuts! This guy talks quickly." To which the response I got from that, like talking to mom and dad about it, is just like Californians talk really quickly. I'm going like, really? Because I hadn't really heard anyone else who comes from California. Righty. Elizabeth's pointing out our Aunt Chrissy. But just like, I don't know. Okay, scratch that statement, but it's just like, he just talks quickly, like, yikes. I think it's like faster than Chrissy or something. I have tried to watch some of Bob's other stuff, but that's kind of a... then an accent kind of comes in, I'm going like, I came here for the weird film analysis thing. And then you bring this up. It's just like, yikes. And then your accent comes in and it just kind of makes me go, okay, we're gonna get to the face later. I like doing a skin tone first because I want to see how that look. One thing I'm thinking, like, if I do another scene in this collab, then I might actually try the stuff I actually know really well and just do it in Blender. I'd probably just kind of request a scene that pushed me a wee bit as well, because maybe one scene I could do would be walk cycles, because I can barely do walk cycles as the other thing demonstrated. Like, I can just barely do them. So what if I were to like do something like this? It'd be interesting to try and do something like this where like some of the colors not all the way there. You might try that, see what happens. And off the body. It's still doing that. Why are you still doing that? I filled you in. There's gotta be an options section somewhere. Filter, deselect layer, image, view. Paint.net has a bit of a toolbar that pops up. Why don't you? There we go. Let's nuke it. Alright, so with that in mind, yeah, there's something in me that just doesn't want to do it like that. Kind of, sort of do something like that, but not entirely do it. So right now I'm kind of working on a secret project. Maybe I'll actually reveal it. Maybe I might not. Like, who knows? But it's an interesting one that's just kind of me going like, can I do it? If this were a movie, I feel like those are the stakes. Just can I do it? It's like movie Bob's thing about the Avengers, because he did like really that good, which is like evaluating does a film deserve to be on like that highly rated? That's kind of what the show is about to an extent. Does it deserve to be as highly praised as it is? Either way, because the one thing that I talked about on there was the original Avengers film, the one that got the Marvel Cinematic Universe kicked off, and has been going ever since. Like, yikes. By the way, he kind of talked like basically saying Agent Coulson's kind of a stand-in to the audience, just kind of asking the question, can they do it? Can this weird idea concocted by many writers and many people, can they do it? And that's kind of how I feel like, can I actually do this thing that I'm doing? Can actually pull it off, because I've done something similar to this, though to be honest it became more of a passion project that like I pursued for at least 3 years. Like 3-4 years I pursued this whole big old passion project, and then it ultimately just kind of died, or it's in a bit of a hibernation period right now. It's not really dead as much as it's kind of dormant. Like, there may come a day when I'll return to it and actually get out of there, but this one, however, I just feel pressure of, can I do this? Can it be done? Should I do it? Can I, a young adult, just do this big old project? Can I do it? And the answer is kind of coming out to maybe. Maybe I might be able to do it. Maybe this will go somewhere. Maybe this will just kind of go nowhere. I'm not going to say what the big project is until I'm ready to show it off. It's gonna be like pleasing to kind of a niche audience, though. I mean, I have no clue why it's not letting me. Where is it? Show reference images. Okay. So yeah, I wanna move this. I desperately want to move this, but I don't know how to move this. Let's see. Moving reference images in Krita. Okay, bring up the manual. Tools, reference images, tools, storage mode. Reference images tool. So there's a reference images tool somewhere in here. Toolbox Docker? Yeah, this moves the whole frame. Crops it. Colorize, fill to a small patch, gradient. So that's what I was selected on earlier. And just like that, you've lost me. Dang it. Hellsing Abridged. My ultimate guilty pleasure. I love the series. I can feel my soul being slowly sucked away every time I watch any form of clip from that series. But hot diggity, do I love the series. The biggest challenge when quoting that series ever, how the frick do I make any of what they say in there family friendly? And I know we're having this whole thing of like weird family friendliness on YouTube, and technically the whole Hellsing Abridged would probably be knocked out because of those things on YouTube. Because things are a bit funky right now on YouTube. But oh my goodness. How do you quote from a series that just spouts off that much profanity? Yikes! Yikes, 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 yikes. And you have a beautiful personality. You have a wonderful personality. At least I think that's how the quote goes. Just like, do you even read my Christmas wished? My Christmas list? It's just like, part of me's going like, yeah, I know that some of this is basically trying to explain certain motivations here or there. Like, just like, okay, I was minding my own business. Wham! I was, Hark, I hear buzzing from yonder... Hark, I hear buzzing from yonder window. There's a window to like my right. But hark, I hear distant video game buzzing from yonder window. What are you playing, Tim? Tim's playing Smash. He's trying to get Duck Hunt. Okay, he's trying to get the Duck Hunt stage. How do you get the Duck Hunt stage, Tim? You have to get one or more fighter and cruel smash. Wait, what? Cruel, cruel smash? 6 level 9s? Pulling 5 level 9s, yikes. I don't even... I don't necessarily know what he's talking about. We play Smash. We have like Smash Bros for like Wii, 3DS, and like I nearly got Splatoon, but Timothy really wanted Smash. That was a fun day. That's what's up. Okay. Why aren't you working? Shoot. Shoot. I'm gonna roll with that. Yeah, I think I might see if I could like use the paint bucket while I can, and then just like work with all this stuff. I've never really... I know what colorists are, but I've never really decided, okay, I want to have people who could do that for me. Probably make some of it, make the workplace a wee bit more efficient. But I've never just kind of gone up to anyone just like, hey, could you color this for me? Even that bad, I mean... I remember, like, hearing a small bit about the history of colorists. A very small bit, not the huge bit of what colorists are or were. I've gotten to a point where I could do it digitally, though, so, I mean, typical what I'm doing. Typical what I'm doing, man. I'm coloring... I think I might just kind of keep the weird problems with the face, just kind of keep those intact, because honestly you probably won't really notice. But if I do, I might just fix that a small bit. I think I could have like just done all the posing. Like I could have just like done the body, then the head, and then like done everything compartmentalized. But I wanted to like get the legs in first. About the perfect length. What the crud? By the way, I was just about to watch like his Superman one, and then I looked at my weird little schedule and went, "Oh no!" Like, what day is it today? It's not only the day where Mom goes grocery shopping, but it's also the day when I do these. Those look all. Those look. I like. Those are gonna look a bit oddly phallic. Tis I, the Frenchest fry. Actually, I could probably like do something like this, just like. Did I ever tell you that I really like Rhythm Heaven? Really like Rhythm Heaven. Why is the paint bucket being so iffy? Like, I seem to be like having various states of confusing this program. Because yesterday we had this whole thing of just like it kind of completely lost how it was and just kind of and reset itself. I booted up today, kind of sort of same thing happened, although situation's a bit different since I'm booting it up today to do stuff. So I'm wondering what the crap that's all about. Could be some things here or there. Also note, I am so happy, so very happy that like I can barely hear, like you cannot hear the music. Like I have my 3DS playing on right now for the break music, and that's it. I want to have the break music playing nearly at all times, but I don't want it to distract me since, well, I read like the animator's file kit and it just kind of said you don't have any music, and I think it's because the brain's also focusing on listening to the music as well as doing the work, so your work's a bit compromised. And there's my comb. So your brain's trying to focus on other things, but a human is not a good multitasker. I mean, you can do a lot of stuff, yeah, but you cannot multitask. And so I'm sitting here going like, but I don't want to listen to any of this. I don't want to hear any of what's going on there. I just don't want to hear my music, oddly enough. Kind of sort of the same thing goes for playing Rhythm Heaven, but it's a bit of a different situation since I'm focusing on listening into the music and getting all the cues right and everything. To me that's a bit of a different story. It's similar, but it's not exactly the same. Windows Z. I think I might have pressed Windows X there. I think what's fun is just like recognizing that my father is a partial master of the computer. Yes, he really likes to draw. Yes, he's a draftsman, but his other skill is just PC. He's worked at IT a handful of times. Because he doesn't like computer work, but he does work IT. I think I might just, yep, I think I might do it like that. So the fun bit is just he knows his way around the computer, which is just like the fun bit was learning what star meant in computer terms. So when we were deleting all the files, and I think I might end the stream with deleting more frame files. You're deleting all the files to free up space since this sucker's in the red. It's not. We don't want it to be in the red. Boom. Okay. So he just like he knows how to do stuff, knows tricks on how to do things on the computer. That's just like, what? I can actually do stuff like that? Now, since size is out of the question, now that I can't really control it, I think I might just kind of draw a small arm. Oh, yikes. Don't want those frames. Kind of want... There we go. So I want to like make a rough arm shape. Ooh, that's a bit of an odd arm shape. Actually, I'm wanting to put more music on there, and I probably should find like some of the music I want to put on are like the break room themes. I just want ambient themes. If you have any suggestions on what I might want to put in this thing, if anyone has any suggestions. If anyone has any suggestions on any like songs I might want to you want to listen to, the only criteria that you have is that it needs to be ambient. It also needs to be either somewhat obscure or it can like go off of the it can't really be detected by the copyright. That was the one thing I noticed in some of the last ones, because I put it in Spotify for some of them, going like, you know, what would happen if we're like, maybe they won't notice, and then they know, then the system's noticed, and I'm going like, note to self, do not use copyrighted music. So if you're gonna suggest anything, find the obscure. Just find stuff that is somewhat obscure. If you're gonna suggest music, because the basic gist is that it's supposed to be break music. It's like ambient music. You're not necessarily supposed to notice it, but it's there. It's relaxing, it's there. You can just like sit down, chill out to it, and just kind of basically relax and enjoy it for what it is. Which is just kind of music that's supposed to be played in the background. Again, I'm kind of glad that I'm not hearing it. I think some other things I might do is just like add more meme music. Because this is kind of sort of a meme to an extent. It was the meme that saved a man. Ish. Kabibble. Yeah, that's probably... The meme that saved a man, or at least made him last a wee while longer before going. Which is just kind of the thing that is surreal to me, is going back watching like just going back and watching some of the remixes that were made way back when, i.e. 2 years ago. Good grief, it's been 2 years. Like watching that, I'm going like, dang, we are never going to see another Steph and Carl, aren't we? Like we'll see another person who's going to be like him, but it won't be Steph and Carl. It'll be a guy who's like Steph and Carl. It's just kind of sad to think about right now. Like we'll never have another man, really have another man like that again. And he just played this character for such a long time as well. Like Lazy Town, the history of what Lazy Town is just amazing to me. It was just kind of a children's book that one guy made. It probably would have been the end of the story if this guy hadn't decided, I want to go out and I want to make a TV show based off of it. I want to make a play based off of it. It's so surreal and so different, and it's so it has a very different and just surreal visual style that just kind of makes it stand out from any other show that's out there. It came from Iceland. Now, not to sound like a horror movie title, but just this sucker came from Iceland. And its visual style is kind of weird. Like, the puppets don't necessarily look like puppets. They're plastic puppets even. They're not like felt. It just has a unique visual style going for it. Some kids were creeped out, some kids were drawn in. I mean, maybe some of the memes just came from that fact that it was such... We're talking general Lazy Town memes, not just We're Number One. It's just how weird was this... Like, take a look at how weird this show looks compared to any other children's programming out there. It's just weird. It's interesting just how it came to, at least in my perspective, America, because it's just so... kind of ends up dipping into the uncanny valley, oddly enough. Like, it's nearly... I think I might... Let's see if I can... No, I can't. If I could... turn it down... I want to turn it down a wee bit. Cancel. Okay, this is somewhat annoying me. I can't just like go zzzz and like can't. So let's try. Yeah, it isn't as dark as I want it to be. And he's showing me like developer's cat Easter egg thing that's in Smash. Sakurai is the director of Smash Brothers. Yep, that's the elephant in the room. Boom. Zoot. Probably go a wee bit more with this. I keep on getting my shortcuts mixed up. Let's say go here, select it, go here, then we add thing here, there, and a thing here, there. There's probably gonna be stuff that no one's gonna notice immediately. Honestly. Actually looking at it, I probably should be able. Yep. Yeah. If there's ever a thing. There we go. This. Just going like. Dude. Take this. Boop. Dude. There we go. Take this. A. Oh. Twitter notifications on via email. Because of course I want to get. Because of course I want to know what's going on my Twitter via my email. nice because people seem to like watching other people just kind of do things. Like, even if it's the most mundane and boring thing, even if it's just friggin' dogs being live streamed, that was an actual thing that happened a couple of years ago. People seem to like watching something. I think one interesting thing is just like Rhett and Link, just years and years and years ago, like that they've been kind of floating around the internet. They're not just a recent thing. They've been around so long. So long. Great duplicate frame. Probably should do that with every frame I do. Now let's go to the beginning and see if anything's changed about that. Nope. Yep. Yeah, I want to remove the legs. Nope. Aha, we've hit a problem. Actually, I think I might try that. Let's move legs up one and see what happens. Because yeah, it'll still work. Actually, this is coming out to look like something really weird. Thinking back to the whole thing of like sequels are an interesting breed. Because depending on how you do them, they can either be really good or not really be good. Because I'm thinking like in the context of like the Spider-Man movie, because I just watched a big old thing on that. Again, Movie Bob. They pulled off a second one really well. Third one apparently just it's iffy. It's on Netflix. My dad watched it. Says pretty okay. So maybe I have nothing to fear about. Maybe I have a lot to fear about. I don't know. I just haven't watched the third one. There's a knock at the door. There's a knock at the door. Who could it be? It's that boy. I think honestly I might just keep his... I think... never seen the third Spider-Man film. I'm not sure if I want to. Apparently, though, like the whole Tobey Maguire scene where he's just like, apparently that's a bit overblown. And I'm thinking about Helsing Bridge again. It's just the whole quote of like, and now you've lost me. Some of my favorite bits of that whole series is just like the whole London Bridge is falling down. And Alucard meeting. And Alucard's like, I have no clue why people don't have a clip of this yet. I'm going like, now let's stop focusing on the past. Instead, let's focus on the past. I'm going like, why has no one clipped that scene yet? I love that scene, and no one thus far has done a clip of it. And I'm going like, you have clips of all the other notable moments in that series, and you don't have. Now let's stop focusing on the past and focus on the past. You don't have a clip of that? I've searched high and low on YouTube. Try and find a clip of it. I do one myself, but I'd rather create a second channel for more adult stuff. Because it's just like, yikes. Oh, that's right. Because I want to do that. Okay. Going like, why is my 3DS stuck on Smash Mouth's All Star? Like, or basically the Roll MT32 version. The Roll MT32 version I made of it. Because it's kind of what I did for a while there, was just scour the internet for MIDIs of things. I'm going like, if I want to do any of these, I have to find MIDIs of stuff like from before the 90s around. Because I try to find more recent stuff, and I don't get that sweet full MIDI orchestration. Except for maybe the Flintstones theme. Security is my motto. Your computer system better. What the nuts were they thinking with that software? Like, try to make your own antivirus software, and it's just like, yikes, 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 yikes. It is such a weird sight to behold. If anyone's wondering, it's like Protogen. Yeah, there it is. So it's like Protogen antivirus, and it's just like, what? What is this? What am I looking at? What is this guy? Why is he trying to sell me a virus that's claiming to be an antivirus? I know the obvious answer, but still. It's like one of those. You watch the video, it's a Protogen rap, and it's just like, what is this spawn of madness that came out of India? I think the fun bit is because of how I'm coloring this in. This isn't like yesterday, which was just kind of simple. Should be able to do that. Let's see if we can. Yep, we can. Like that, like that. Let me paint it in. I remember I tried doing following a Bob Ross tutorial once upon a time. I tried doing it, and the results were interesting. First off, I was using Paint.net. And so, I had that going for me. Alright. So I was using Paint.net, and I was like following along with a Netflix recording, because they have Bob Ross on Netflix now. And that was one of the more interesting things that I ever did, was try and follow a Bob Ross tutorial. I got something interesting out of it, but I technically could be like coloring all these in individually in their own little layers. Then again, boom. And this is where things get a bit odd. Never mind. Went swimmingly. I'm gonna fill it in like this for this. You know, I'm going like I could have done some things here or there, but I'm so far in, it's probably too late to turn back now. I'm so far in doing the process, it's probably way too late to turn back now. Let's bump it. Let's bump it up a wee bit. This is why we're going with the small one. I think it's just a different enough blue that it's distinct. I think that blue's just different enough that could work. It'd be interesting, like, do just kind of, if I do another one. 'Cause I am actually contemplating doing another one. So like Crown Prince's thing is just like there are numerous. Let's see, we go like that. There we go. That's marginally better. All right, then we'll do a small bit of this. Fill her in. Fill her in. Found a leak. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do that as well. So depending on how it all works out. Now the animating is the easiest part. Everything else is Hmm. Flat zone. Yeah, I'm talking about flat zone over there. How about shock zone? I've never watched that show, but I've heard of it. You know, Flash has kind of been seen as like a bit of a lazy move for animation, at least for a while now. Like, what's examples of stuff where Flash was really good? Like when they used Flash in their production, actually was really good Flash animation. Like, what's an example of that? Should be able to do it like that. Yep, perfect. What if there's what if there's like a place that was like the cooler, edgy alternative to YouTube? Like, just kind of built itself off of some of like what YouTube's shunning to an extent. Like, what if there was a thing off of that? A thing that just kind of went off of some of the YouTube's insecurities at the moment. Like the biggest advertisement is that we need a platform more. That's what we need. We don't. We need to make a place where there's like a consistent battling platform. I mean, VidMe was close. At this point, Twitch is becoming something like that. It isn't entirely there, but it's becoming something like that as an alternative to YouTube. If it ever came to the point where Twitch decided, alright, we're going to have people upload on this platform. We're going to have people upload on this platform. If there ever came a point where it was like that, suddenly there might be a huge shift where a lot of people, depending on the terms and conditions of how they go about on Twitch, if it all lines up correctly, then suddenly I guess Twitch would probably become a really good platform. Like, right now there is no alternative to YouTube, and I think if you like advertise, if you're to do another video platform, I think the odd bit would be like, would you do all your advertisement on YouTube? Which would be a bit odd in my eyes. Like, you're advertising for something on your rival's platform. That's weird. Of course, what am I talking about? There was that one time when Nickelodeon had all these ad spots open for people who want to put ads, and Cartoon Network just decided to put one of their own in there. So who knows? Maybe that we could probably go for that angle, or it's just like that. I think this is all going to end up turning into a train wreck with how I'm coloring things. Doot, doot, nope, doot. I actually did a little bit of composition on Family Tracker. Like I dabble a wee bit in music, but I'm not entirely dedicated to music. I've dabbled a wee bit here or there in doing stuff like that on the computer, but again, like I can do all these music conversions to other formats, but you ask me to do my own original composition, that's where things start to get a bit complicated. Because it's just like, wait, what? And we have to do a duplicate frame. On the bright side, we're nearly done now, so like save for the head, which I might color in later. Oh. We're not through. We're not through. Give me a second. Sorry about that rubbing on the microphone. Pants, shoes. Oh, I forgot one. Yeah, I think I might stop it right around here. But yeah, let's get the body done today. This is the easiest one, so this is like... It's just kind of easy. And duplicate frame back to beginning. I'm arguing whether or not I should like color the white there. I think it'd be interesting just like have a comparison of how I am at the beginning of a stream, how I am at the end. Red smokes. They pinch back. Actually, the quote is like, where it smokes, they pinch back, and I'm going like, where did that whole, some of those things come from? Sound like YouTube poop. Like, it isn't necessarily a dead genre as much as it's kind of a genre that's on YouTube. It's not dead as much as it still has a presence there, and there's still people who do it. But it isn't necessarily as prevalent as it was back in its heyday 10 years ago. It's still there, it's still kicking, but isn't as recognized as it was. Still, why are you making partying at 4 a.m. in the morning? I've lost control of my life. the frick? Timothy was describing Sheik's, Kirby's Sheik costume. I'm just going like, what? It's a social farter. I fart some of the time. Actually, one of the reasons why I'm kind of hesitating to do the mouth is more or less these. Whereas the mouth is fully open, and you can see his teeth. I might either avoid those or not. Almost I kind of feel done. I'm kind of done. Render animation. Progress 6. 6 color. Color 1. Color 2. Select folder. Okay. It's kind of the logic that we have here where I'm rendering all the frames out. Rendering all the frames out and it generates all these images. But just like pennies, when it's only one that doesn't take up that much space, but I have 1,000. It starts to take up a lot of space. That's the problem I'm having. Yeah. Okay, I got FooBar a while back. And it was more or less kind of a thing I decided to get because I would go like, I want a multitasker, and FooBar is just versatile. You can play my Nintendo files, I can play a whole host of stuff that I want to play on there. Either way. Add image, color 2, add image. Image. We're getting there. G. Shoot. Bam. And I forgot to do alpha over.
I'm feeling alright. Bing, bang, bang, and I'm ready to go. I'm feeling alright. Bing, bang, bang, and I'm ready to go. I'm feeling alright. Bing, bang, bang, and I'm ready to go. I'm feeling alright. Bing, bang, bang, and I'm ready to go. I'm feeling alright. Bing, bang, bang, and I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I think I might just roll with that. Except okay, you'll see this on Twitter soon. You'll see this on Twitter soon. Anyone could tell me why exactly Twitter's not exactly rendering, giving the audio, that'd be awesome, but okay. So got that done. Boom. Okay, so here's a question. Should I... Okay, here's a big question. Should I start like a lip, fix up some things here there? Like, where should I start in on this? I suppose I could go in and figure out some of the problems here there. I mean, where the crud do I start on this? Because we have that whole sequence. I just remembered. Making those weird... making these look a wee bit better. I think I know... I'm gonna create a blank frame. I think it's gonna be very obvious that this actually... I feel good. So we're going to add in a frame here. The Yeah, I think we're getting something that looks a wee bit better. Actually, try me do subtle movement, because I'm not sure if I could do that. Yeah, I think that works. I'm going to be right back. I need to attend to some personal things.
I used to think I was so smart, but I couldn't hide the hole in my heart. Sad as it seems, none of my dreams ever came true. I used to walk the avenue all by myself with nothing to do, kicking the cans out of my mind till I met you, and I knew I lived for you all of my life. Down every corner, wishing I stood like some kind of fool. Oh, but now I see the stars. lightning struck, and suddenly you were sent to me. My destiny, it was meant to be. I didn't know before what I was living for, but now I know for sure I have been waiting for you. I never knew what I had missed until the moment that we kissed. Angel divine, now you are mine. I feel brand new. And now at last, my life's complete. Baby, your love, that missing piece. Here in my arms, here in my heart, all that I needed was you. I looked for you all of my life, loved every corner, wishing on stars like some kind of fool. But now I see the stars in your eyes. Those days are over. I took one look and I was hooked. I found heaven in you. And though my dream was overdue, my prayer was answered out of the blue. And I know it's true. All that I needed was you.
I hope you enjoyed the music. Hope it didn't get but yeah. Okay. So I think I'm just gonna put it at that. Saying some more in betweens to make it feel less. Ugh. Document. Sorry there. Reminds me of like one picture where it's just like, now let me sit down before I paint the portrait. Oh, it's already you're already done. By the way, gonna render the animation. So 4. Part of me thinks that this RAM I'm probably not going to be able to get done with these tests at the end of the month. Next month, like I said, I'm going to shift gears to like going in. Okay, I gotta do some first. We gotta like pin this. Pin to taskbar. It is solely missing. Sorely. Not solely. Sorely missing.
I'm as sneaky as can be. No
Oh, that
one's
looks much
sneakier
better.
than me. I'm as sneaky as can be. No one's sneaky as no one's sneakier
Hey, Mom,
than me.
take a look.
I'm as sneaky as can be. No one's sneakier than
That
me.
is much better than what I had.
I'm as sneaky as can be. No, no one's sneakier than me. I'm a sneak. No, no one's.
Like how the last whoosh, I'm just going. Gonna save it right there. Except save. Okay. Gee. Alrighty. Save it. Quit. Gonna see it on Twitter. And we are going to go in for the last bit. Gonna go in and deleting some frames. So we got a lot of the frames out in our little thing. But a lot of it's still there. So this, I'm probably going to go through a bit of a trip down memory lane as well. This, I think, was just, yep, this was Chespin sleeping. This is still one of my favorite pictures I've ever rendered. It's made around... But yeah, I had like a camera and I made this little picture here of just... I think this turned out really nicely, save for a handful of problems with how the picture looks. But yeah, this actually looks like a really good render of what I got. Send this over to the guy who's doing, send this over to like WeMonkey. I might do that. So I have Chestnut. That was Patreon thing for another person. Some more fire animation for the Minecraft rig I have. Do-do-do-do. Huh. Odd. Wait a second. That's all? Dang. That's basically all of it. Wow. You see scan down here. That was for a weird unfinished Brutal Moose animation that never really came out to anything. Let's see. I don't think I'm going to delete some of that stuff. Under files, under frames. This one's arguable if I should delete this. Guru models, junk. Yeah, this should be the exact same animation on here. Yeah? Okay. Oh my goodness. Lenny faced Rob. I think I found the best way to end the stream. Lenny faced Rob. You know what's a meme? Lenny face. You know what I tried to do? My goodness gracious me. This was such silliness. It's just like all these suggestives. Oh golly gee willikers. No! Oh gosh. Oh my goodness. Okay, I remember I got Lenny face for some reason. I decided to make all these. That's certainly a way to end a meme, is just end the stream. Like some I made like 2 years ago. Ow. 2016 was a fun year, wasn't it? Thanks. So yeah, thank you all for coming. Thank you all for watching. Yeah, if you like what I did, I'm gonna be posting videos, and I'm probably gonna be going back and seeing. I think that was kind of the last of what I had in the Blender folder. I think some of the rest of this stuff. I mean, I'm probably gonna go back and figure out some things here or there. Yikes. So yeah, thank you all for coming. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the stream, please subscribe. If you like what I'm doing, please like. If you like what I did, if you like what I'm doing here in general, just please subscribe. Alex is like, this is Kirkklan. Sign that. Bye, buddy.